Welcome back to another video. It's Friday, the 25th of September at 9:08 a.m. I am worked out, caffeinated, feeling energized. No one's around, so I'm talking with my usual loud, booming voice. And I will see you again on Monday, but for today's update, I wanted to cover this because this week I have been talking a lot about how China and Iran and American adversaries and countries that are not part of the West are moving towards some type of blockchain adoption with regulation while the US and the West can't get their stuff together at all. And in that news, China's blockchain-based service network BSN is integrating Tezos. Tezos, if you don't know, is this coin that came out like a year or two ago. The whole thing about it at the time was that it was cool because you could stake it and make more money off of it. And if I look into my Ledger Nano, I'll see that I made 26 cents yesterday, and 3 days later, or 3 days before that, I made 24 cents, and it just gets added into the pile, and it's nice. These proof of staking coins are nice because you make more money as the longer you hold them and the longer you stake them, with a compounding interest effect, right? Like a dividend snowball, if you will. You know what I'm talking about. But the popular blockchain company Tezos has become the last integrated network into China's ambitious blockchain-based services network. That sounds very ambitious and very futuristic and good for crypto, not good for the West if China's moving forward. Developers can employ the Tezos protocol through BSN's global public city nodes and portals for a simplified development and deployment experience. All three global public city nodes, namely Hong Kong, California, and Paris, have integrated with the Tezos blockchain in both mainnet and testnet. Interesting. Developers wanting to utilize the Tezos blockchain need to set up an account on BSN's website and head towards the permissionless services section. Upon choosing the preferred public city node, developers need to create a new project and choose the chain, mainnet or testnet. After seeing the new project's creation based on the Tezos blockchain, the next step is to insert project ID, project key, and access address from the project list. Quote, all APIs provided by Tezos can be accessed in similar ways, and the original data format will be returned, end quote. China's BSN was released earlier this year after some delays prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic. It enables developers to build applications, smart cities, and even digital economies on top of it without participants having to design a network from scratch. That sounds pretty cool, though, to be honest, more than I can actually understand. Prior to Tezos, BSN integrated with other popular blockchain companies, starting with Chainlink's Oracle. BSN also integrated the Chinese-based platform Neo to accelerate the adoption of blockchain technology in the country. Neo is a coin that I hold a little bit of, also a coin that generates another coin if you hold it, called gas, so there's a compounding effect there. You have to sell the gas back into Neo, and then you make more gas, and then sell that higher amount of gas back into Neo, and vice versa if you want to keep the snowball going. Same with VeChain and Thor. VeChain creates another coin called Thor. You sell it and you buy more VeChain, and then it creates more Thor. The VeChain app on the phone actually has an exchange that lets you do it directly on the mobile app. So like I actually ended up generating like $100 worth of VeChain Thor over the last year and a half or whatever I had, and I just converted that $100 back right into VeChain. And now I can go and look and see what it's like. It's probably not much more than it was before. It's not a lot, but all in all, bullish signs for China integrating blockchain technology. America, Western Europe, where are you at? Where are you at? All right, we'll take a look at that in a sec. In other news, some price news, Bitcoin price spikes to 10,800 as total market cap recovers $12 billion. Bitcoin leads the recovery phase with a 4% increase while altcoins follow. Ethereum increased by 6% and Chainlink skyrocketed by 17%. Yeah, okay. I mean, I just refreshed this a minute ago. It looks like this website got a little bit of a UI change, but Chainlink is definitely up 17% and climbed over 3 other coins to get to where it is at the number 7 spot, but everything is kind of upticking. I don't know what constitutes a red line versus a green line, but Cardano is doing really well. It's up 20.63%. It's kind of the big winner of the top 50 right now, isn't it? I don't know what the Cardano news is, but Cardano's doing really well. And Cardano, just like VeChain Thor, just like Tezos, is a stakeable coin. You put your Cardano on the Shelly net and basically it creates more Cardano, which makes you more Cardano, which makes you more Cardano. It's awesome. 9 cents. Man, this thing was at 15 cents a couple weeks back. It has fallen a lot, but that's the big winner right now. But yeah, I mean, everything's back up. And look, people are going to realize pretty soon that you're not going to be able to buy a single Bitcoin. I mean, a single Bitcoin costs $10,000 right now. You know, there's not enough to go around. There's not enough Bitcoin in this earth, in the system, for every single person on the planet who doesn't already own crypto to own a single Bitcoin. When the rest of the world realizes that, the people who own a Bitcoin or more are going to be the 0.1%. That's my crazy bullish prediction, which I know a lot of people don't agree with. But Bitcoin bounced off 10,130 after bottoming at that price a few days ago. The primary crypto started recovering yesterday and hovered around 10,400 and is now 10,800, blah, blah, blah. Yep, it has increased. Bitcoin's correlation with gold continues to be evident. The precious metal went from its daily bottom of 1845 an ounce to an intraday high of 1878 and has declined. So they're basically saying that gold and Bitcoin are tied together in the sense that people don't believe in the dollar and the stock market and they go to gold and crypto, I guess is what they're saying. Altcoins pump hard. In the past few days, most alternative coins bled out rather vigorously and their market cap plummeted from about 150 to 130. However, 150 billion to 130. However, in the past 24 hours, most alts have bounced off, thus increasing the altcoin market cap. And if you look at this, just like their screenshot, I mean, this is why I like this page too, right? You can come here and see the sea of green, but this is such a beautiful thing, right? Just more visually appealing. Altcoins are up, but Bitcoin's up majorly. And let's click away from all that junk and talk about Jack Dorsey, who's a guy I don't like, okay? I don't like him. I think he has let Twitter go completely to the deep state and his investors, and he doesn't do anything for it. He's really focused on Square, his other retail payment startup, which took a massive hit during the 19, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, oh my goodness. I had a friend who worked for Square, got laid off. Everyone in San Francisco basically got told, we're moving to Atlanta or you can find a new job. That particular friend of mine was like, I'm going to find a new job. But the one thing I will say, this man is incredibly bullish on Bitcoin, and so am I. We agree on that. This guy is rumored or is known to be buying up the maximum amount of Bitcoin that he can on his exchange accounts every week. Like he basically maxes out on purchases every week of Bitcoin. He is possibly one of the most bullish Bitcoin maximalists of all time, despite the fact that I think he's a pedofist and he is in cahoots, whether he knows it or not, with the worst of the worst on this planet. But anyway, when Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey spoke at the virtual Oslo Freedom Forum 2020, he said blockchain technology is the future of Twitter. Blockchain and Bitcoin point to a world where content exists forever. We're not in the content hosting business anymore. We're in the discovery business, Dorsey said. In short, Dorsey expects the nonprofit Blue Sky to create an open Twitter protocol which users can contribute to and access data from instead of a centralized service where the social media platform hosts content on its website. Blue Sky is a completely separate nonprofit company from Twitter. We'll focus on becoming a client of it so we can build a compelling service and business where anyone can access and anyone can contribute. So I guess he's creating his own blockchain company that is going to integrate with his other company. He added the nonprofit is still looking to hire at least 5 roles tasked with creating a public blockchain platform. You can see this fundamentally in Bitcoin and in blockchain, Dorsey said, describing the shift from centralized service providers to diverse network participants. The keys will be more and more in the hands of the individual. As for Bitcoin Twitter, as it exists today, Dorsey broadly spoke to the importance of safeguarding users' identities, which may be the key to healthy discourse. Plus, Twitter staff are amping up reliance on machine learning tools to help identify non-authentic user behavior, aka propaganda. I appreciate the difference between anonymity and pseudonymity. Actually, I don't even know what pseudonymity is. I should look that up. Pseudonymity is build identity. We want to protect that. The appearance comes after the now infamous Twitter hack of July 2020. I remember that. That's right. Remember when Barack Obama and Elon Musk and all those people were like, hey, I'm feeling generous. Send me some Bitcoin to this address and I'll double it and send it back. And some kid, I guess, a 17-year-old, made off with like $500K or something. Pretty smart, except that he got caught. Again, look, I really don't like this guy, except to say I do really, really appreciate that him and I are both bullish on Bitcoin. And he's always trying to innovate. And, man, imagine if there was just a little button in Twitter to send someone Bitcoin or to receive Bitcoin, like a little tip, kind of like on Reddit. Hey man, I really love your tweet. I just sent you 0.000001 Bitcoin. That would be a game changer and very bullish for Bitcoin, and I'm sure it will come. We always kind of wrap up these videos with precious metals news, and I mean, gold and silver aren't doing great, but silver came up a bit. I know it says change in the negative, but I'm pretty sure it was trading around 21 or 22 yesterday. We can look at yesterday's video if we really want to look. I'm waiting for prices to drop a little bit further. Like if we get an 1,820 ounce of gold, I probably would buy an ounce or some form of it. And if we got a $21 silver ounce price or lower, I would probably buy more Eagles. I'm still incredibly bullish on precious metals. I think they are never going away. My only thing is, like, eventually we're going to start tapping asteroids for mining, and then all of a sudden we're going to have an influx of supply of precious metals, which is not going to do good for these prices. So as that happens, I may decide to sell. That's years and years away, though. But anyway, gold prices are continuing to struggle, even as U.S. manufacturing disappoints. The gold market continues to see some selling pressure, even as the U.S. manufacturing sector struggles to find momentum. Friday, the Commerce Department said that U.S. durable goods orders rose by 0.4% in August. The data was worse than expected. Consensus expectations compiled by various news orgs called for durables to rise 1.1%. Excluding transportation, core durable goods were also weaker than expected, rising 0.4%. Economists were calling for a 1% rise. The gold market has seen little reaction to the mixed economic data. Spot gold prices on Kitco.com last traded at $18.59.30 an ounce, up 0.55% on the day. Although the headline was weaker than expected, Adam Button, chief currency strategist at ForexLive.com, noted a critical component in the report: core capital goods orders, excluding defense spending and airplane purchases, rose 1.8%, up from economists' expectations for a 1% increase. Don't be fooled by the headline. Core orders were strong in August with an upward revision. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Gold is down. Real quick, let's take a look at the stock market. I didn't actually say anything about that. And when I look at the market, guys, I look on my phone. It's not on the screen. I'm up $600 today, whatever. I'm down 700 the whole week. I'm down 2,000 the whole month. But I'm up. If you look at the 3-month forecast, way up, and way, way, way up if you look at the all-time forecast, which is me over the last 5 years. So I'm not really shook here at all. We look at the Dow Jones, which is up. We look at the NASDAQ, which is up, and the S&P 500, which is up. And the market's doing pretty good. I mean, Tesla and NVIDIA gave me 80 cents today in dividends, and I reinvested it. I'm feeling super awesome about an 80 cents dividend reinvestment, but, I mean, yeah, everything's looking good, except AT&T, which is one of my dividend stocks, which is not doing so good, but everything else is pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, good chatting with you guys. I know that some of you don't watch this, which would be none of you because you're listening to me. I get like 5 views a day. I appreciate that. I don't spam Twitter, Social Galactic, Gab, and Parler anymore. That's what I used to do, guys. I used to put a link on all my socials, and I'd get like 20 views a day for these videos. Fuck it. I'm going to grow this completely organically from YouTube and YouTube alone. I've got enough people from Social Galactic that know about my channels, and that's my favorite social network. But I am getting comments about my main channel, like, where'd you go? Why aren't you releasing content anymore? And look, I mean, the red pill stuff is awesome. I need to get back on it. I love that stuff, but it's like, that's like 7 years ago for me. I've graduated from that lifestyle change many, many moons ago, and I don't really have daily things to talk about. I mean, I could go out there on Reddit and find beta posts and cuck them on my channel, and I know you guys like that, and I will get back to doing that, but my heart is much more in this kind of stuff right now. So be on the lookout for stuff on my main channel, but mostly the daily stuff is always going to be on this channel, talking about this stuff that's kind of important to me right now. Me being a dad of another boy coming, I definitely want to make sure I've got my ducks in order here, and don't want to be caught with my pants down when the US dollar completely collapses, which I see coming. So Sorry, a little bit of a rant there. I'll see you all on Monday. That is when I'm going to do more updates. I'm not going to do weekend financial updates anymore. There's just not enough news. And with that, I'll see you on Monday. Have a great day.